All right, welcome to the stream. Here, pulling up our Trello board. All right, so we last time worked a lot on our picking up of weapons, which was cool, and we got a lot of that working. And I think the big thing that I wanted to think about next was either we go ahead and create the upgrade trees for the effigy, which I could do. And then that would make the effigies usable, and we could kind of mess around with that. That might be fun to do, given that we've already created all of the functionality for, because each weapon has its own, like, a series of attacks, and the effigy shows that. So we could do that. That could be kind of fun. A lot of the other stuff we have to do a lot of drawing, and I'm fine with that. I'm just not super into the drawing for right now. I kind of wanna work on some like coding stuff. Okay, so we might do the effigy because I think we can kind of parameterize a lot of the variables. I'm gonna kind of just move a whole bunch of this over here. What else can we look at? So we got effigy. Again, a lot of animation type stuff. We could draw like the axe just so we have a nice sprite for that, and that's fine. I'll do that. And then yeah, the upgrade trees. Okay. let's go ahead and look at that for now. If we pop over to the game, let me show you exactly what we have so far. There are a couple other issues with how I grab the weapons and how all of that works. So right now, this is your side menu, which here, let me zoom out more so you can kind of see that. Okay. Perfect. Which is cool. You can't see it on this side. What if I do this? Okay. So we got this. It's nice. The game's running a little slow right now. It has some weird kind of performance issues. Only when I first start up Unity, and then it clears up later. So I think it's an editor issue. But right here is a weapon. And I'm going to also create a new sprite for whether or not the weapon's right, or like single-handed or dual wielded, because they'll look like this. Anyway, so you drag this. In order to equip the weapon, you have to drag it up into this area, otherwise nothing happens. And then once you do that, it will be equipped, so now Keegan will be holding it effectively. And then up here is where you'll be able to see that you have the weapon. And then it'll have the weapon here, attacks, and then this is for a second weapon, but it won't show up if you don't have anything. So the issues that I have right now, if I hover over this, the on mouse function thinks that I'm clicking off of the menu, so it disappears. That's a little annoying, so I got to figure out how to do that. I might have to change how the menu opens up, but it's annoying. And I knew that using the on mouse down function and all of that stuff would kind of mess me up, but I was hoping I could work with it, but for now we can just do this later. And we'll refine all of this. So, okay. What you can do though, once you get over to this, you can unequip the weapon if I can grab it. There we go. And then when I do that and I pull out over here and I let go, let's do this. Watch right here on Keegan. Boop. Okay, and now the weapon has dropped. So that's how we can equip and unequip weapons. I will probably make it so that you have to be within a certain range, because right now you see I can pick it up still. And, and technically it works. I do this. So you can pick up stuff on screen, but I'm going to change that later. Okay, so anyway, I like how that works. It's awesome. Super cool, and then we can do all sorts of fun stuff with that later. Okay, yeah, anyway, so what we need to work on specifically is, I think we might, okay, so here, let me pull back the Trello board real quick, just because I like keeping it all organized. Okay, so if I do this, let's go fix on mouse enter issue with HUD/weapons. That's the main issue with that, right? And it just tries to close when we've moved it over there. Okay, so not a big deal. The other thing, then, so that we'll put it like here. Then we have the effigy, which you can click on only if you have a weapon. Then that takes you to the upgrade trees. Okay, and then we can draw the axe. So let's draw the axe just right now to get that situated. Where is my drawing board? Here we go. Perfect. Okay. So let's yeah, I don't know. Let's just draw an axe. Like, how hard can it be? Okay, so I have to open up specifically. Where am I looking? Fog. Concept art. Nope, it is in here. Objects. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so we'll do this. And then this will be weapons. So I'm going to save this as its own folder for weapons. Okay, and this will be axe. So, for the axe, it will... There we go. Yep, okay. It's just going to be some little, like, dual-handed or dual-sided axe. So, I don't know, we got something like this. Comes out, has a little bit of, like, a hilt or something. Honestly, I don't really know how axes look. And then, I don't know, do they have, like, something up here? Like a spike or something? And then we have big axe head on either side. And we just go from there. Alright, I'll probably look up a little bit more about axes here in a second, but okay. I don't know. Something like that. Oh, hey, what's up, dude? Yeah, battle axe. I guess I should probably look up here what exactly I'm going for, and then we'll kind of copy it. Okay. So, specifically something like this. Let me copy it. Okay. So that's actually almost exactly what I'm looking for here. And you know what? That's actually hilarious how close that is. Oh yeah. Hey, that's super cool. Yeah, I know. This isn't actually going to be the weapon that you start out with at the start of the game. You're going to get a pipe, and that's it, just a metal pipe. But I'm just doing this because it looks cool. Yeah. I was thinking about trying to edit some of my older videos just because like they're long, and the streaming and stuff. It's like it's hard to catch up on. But yeah, thanks. That's super cool. Today we are getting a bit of the weapon system finalized, and then did my music stop? No, we're good. Yeah, and I have some issues with like the coding that I need to figure out, but for now, we're just gonna focus on this. Okay, so I'm actually gonna just trace this out because that's easier in my opinion. Got the handle here. Probably, and that's the other thing too. You're only gonna see this when it's on the ground, which is really funny. So it doesn't need to be that fancy. Because once Keegan's actually holding it, and your player's holding it, you're just going to see like the top of it, and maybe when it's swinging and stuff. Oh, yes. Okay, so I changed my username because so for a long time it's been Hazinger, which is what it used to be, and it's been like that for years and years. And I came up with the name like probably when I was in middle school. And the thing is, every time I try to tell people like what my name is, they're like, what? How do you pronounce that? How do you spell that? And it's really hard to talk about my channel. And so I just figured I already have the design of a hooded owl as my logo. And I actually thought about changing my name way back, I don't know, several years ago, and I just never did. And so I figured right now was probably the best time to do it before I start getting popular, so that way I don't have to do it later on. I still have Hazinger as a bunch of my names on like Steam and my website, so it'll be a slow change, and I'll always probably have like the name Hazinger in there, but yeah, I think Hooded Owl is just easier to talk about, so that's why I did it. and it's kind of cool. I always have been a fan of like owls, and like the barn owl was my favorite animal when I was in. Well, I mean, it's always been like my favorite animal, and if you look up the hooded owl, it doesn't exist. It's not a real thing, but it sounds like a real thing, like the horned owl or something like that. And so I was like, oh, that's actually really cool because it sounds like someone else should have taken the name, but no one ever has. And so I like it. It's mine now. So anyway, kind of a long story there, but it's I hopefully it works okay, and hopefully no one is too happy or unhappy about it. Also, I think the reason I'm doing the axe is if I have any pictures of Keegan's character, I think I have one right here actually. It is like his signature weapon, and so I've always drawn him with an axe. Yeah, here so it just makes sense to do it first. And I don't know, maybe it'll be like the best weapon in the game or something. Not totally sure yet. Okay, so probably don't need to go too in depth here on this, but I do want it to look good. Because if I get rid of this, it's gonna look kind of weird. The other thing I can do actually is copy some of this color here, and then I can draw with that. If I bump this up to like 6, let's say. Okay, and then I'm actually gonna change this to be black down here. Oh, got a bit of a cough today. Okay, let's try that again. Boom and boom. And then we go, yeah, just like this. Yeah, if you have any ideas for weapons, you should tell me. I'm trying to come up with like what would be some cool. I know, yeah, I know the lore stuff. It's not that I forget, and it's not that I don't want to. It's that there's so much that like I have to sort through like all of this stuff. Ooh, a rapier. Okay. Yeah. All right, that's a good idea. So I haven't done it, but I want to, all the lore stuff. And then the animation that I'm making is it's going to be a lot about the lore. So okay, let's see. How should I do this? I'll do some like highlights and stuff. So it looks pretty cool. Yeah, okay, cool. I have a ton of lore stuff. So I have bunches and bunches. Yeah, and then I do want the game to be pretty fast-paced, and you're right, the axe is going to be very, like, cumbersome. It's going to be very heavy. So, I have some ideas. There's going to be tons of different options. So I have like a small dagger. I have a bunch. I can't remember. I have a lot though. Yeah, and so when you first start out the level, if you've beat the game one time through and then you play through a second time, long range, that'd be interesting. You unlock this arena, and in the arena, it's sort of like Hollow Knight has this like arena mode where you can just like battle enemies, and every time you do that, you can unlock a different weapon, and then you can kind of get like weapon upgrades, and so that way you can start the game with whatever weapon you want once you've played through, and then so like the replay is different every time. Yeah, the Coliseum. Which I think is a cool way of like letting the player choose what they want without, you know, just like giving them every single weapon in the game right off the bat. Did I beat it? I think that I did, because it's like Coliseum of like Fools and something and something. There's like 3 of them, and I think I did all of them. The one that I'm really proud of is I beat the Path of Pain. I forget where that's located, but that was crazy, and I actually did it though, and it took forever. It took like hours and hours. Okay, so yeah, I did. I literally did. And it's like I don't 100% games very often. I almost never do. And I think like Hollow Knight I got close to, and then there was like a couple other boss fights that I just like but yeah, Path of Pain was one where I was like, I for some reason had a compulsion to beat it, and I never do that type of stuff, and I did. It was crazy. It was really hard. It like took forever. I'm like, I can be a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to like stuff like that, and so I just happened to do it. Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I've been having people tell me that for like years that I need to do that. I played the first Dark Souls a little bit, and then I had a friend who was trying to get me to play Demon Souls instead, and I was like, oh no, and so like I like the only like real RPG I ever played was Knights of the Old Republic, and that was like old game. Yeah, see the thing with like open world games, I get bored. Like Breath of the Wild, I got bored with it, and I don't know why, but it's like I can get into lore for my own games, but with other games, like I have trouble with it. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, I've seen a lot of the story with it, and all right. Well, maybe I'll have to give it a shot sometime. Yeah, I have seen a lot of gameplay of it. Yeah, I played a bit of Bloodborne, and that was actually a lot of fun. I like that one. Trying to add some like texture onto these. Yeah, true. I do actually have to just sit down and play it. Yeah, and no, that is the thing about games too, is they're expensive. Yeah, my honestly, so if I haven't talked about this already, my plan with FOG is all of my games are free, and so it'll also be free. I just, I think games are fun, and I want people to play it, and I'm not really trying to make money on it. We could play together if you want. We could do that. And we gotta get through The Last of Us though. Still haven't done that. See, yeah, well, one of us has to, get a good enough GPU to run it. I think I could run it, but because Casey has I don't know, he's got some old GPU, and he actually did try to play Elden Ring, and couldn't do it. It did not run. It was really funny. Yeah, we gotta do that. Okay, is this? Oh no, I need to be on this layer here, I think. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is, let's see how it looks real quick from here. Well, that's actually not as bad as I thought. Okay, I actually like how dark it is. Let's grab like this section of it, and then if I go here and delete that. Yeah, Elden Ring would, totally break your computer. Have any of you played, yeah, thanks. What am I looking for? Darkest Dungeon, there we go. It's reminding me of that, which is cool. Yeah, okay, awesome. Let's roll with this for now. I can come back and kind of edit it a little bit. Okay, axe. Got it. And then let's see how it looks in here. Okay. So we can replace this guy with our new axe. And then I do technically want to animate this so it's not just, also it can't be red. So it's just not just sitting there, but we'll do that later. Okay, so let's obviously make this smaller. It's a little huge right now. I think Keegan might have trouble picking that up. He's not Cloud, you know. Some Final Fantasy weapons. Okay. Looks good. And then I think, actually, before I do this, I also want to draw the left-handed, right-handed icon. So let me do that real quick. And then that should be pretty easy. Or, wait, okay. It's just something like, basically like this. It's like, and then technically for the axe, it'll be, maybe I should actually, here. I already have drawn it, so I should just copy that. Where is it? Here we go. Okay. So kind of like this. Kind of want to edit it though a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to draw over the top of it. And actually, I was thinking I would just duplicate this and like flip it over to the other side, but I like having both sides be unique. So I'll probably just draw it a second time. Okay. And honestly, I should probably draw everything twice, just because I'm going to do that later, and it looks really cool when I do it. Because then you get that cool animation effect. Okay. And then we need to connect the two like this. Okay. That's good. And then I will How do I want to do this? Just fill it in, right? Okay. And that should be all the texturing that we really need to do with this. Okay, so this will be two-handed. And then I'm just gonna do this real quick. Yes, okay, so for the kind of like spell casting type of things, I have, actually I had this idea before Breath of the Wild did it, but the bombs that you get in Breath of the Wild, it's gonna be something kind of like that. Ooh, and then melee. Yeah, so the game will mainly be melee focused, and then you get these kind of long range like grenades, but you have to use up your like ether type of material. Let's go one-handed. Okay, let's roll with this for now. I'll redraw the sprites later. Yeah, maybe we'll see. I'll try a bunch of different things, and then when I get into playtesting, I can ask people how they feel about it. So I gotta type two-handed? Yeah. Yeah, true, if it was unlocked late game. Okay, cool, that's how it looks. That's awesome. I actually really like that. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this technically, though, should appear above the weapon when you... Let me see how this looks real quick. Did it stop playing? What happened? Okay. So I think I might have to make the offset so it's up above. That looks really cool. I love that. Okay, that's so cool. So then you grab this, and then you can see why I drew it like that. So then you drag it up into here, and then it will technically replace this. And then, yeah, we have some code problems going on, but okay, let me animate everything real quick because I love how this looks. This is so cool. So we can start adding some variations to everything. Okay. So the way that I've been doing it is I just take one of the sprites, put it at like half opacity, and then I just draw it literally a second time. Yeah, thanks. I'm not sold on it. We'll see if I need to change it, but yeah, for now it gets the job done. It's hard to come up with don't add a quest menu. No. Yeah, so my game is not open world, so you're not gonna have quests or probably anything like that. It'll be very cinematic. Yeah, so it's definitely gonna be based more on like if you do something, it's like if you fight this person and and they die, and then you come across like, I don't know, their wife or their friend or brother or something, they'll remember that, but you're not gonna have a quest where it's like, oh, you have to go find this person. It's you can do whatever you want. Oh yeah, and then yeah, where you have to go talk to this person, Yeah, nothing like that. If you don't want to talk to people, you don't have to. You can totally walk right by them. Yeah. All of this game is going to be completely up to how you want to play it. Okay, I might not be drawing this different enough for it to look like it's animating. I might have to add more like craziness to it. So let's go like this. Because actually this is a pretty small sprite on screen, and so it has to look like it's bouncing enough from far away. Okay, so that should be pretty good. Yeah, hang on, I gotta figure out how to do this real quick. Yeah, if I duplicate it, it kind of makes the lines darker slightly. Well, okay, so what do you mean by that? A design that moves? Because right now what I'm doing is I am adding animations, so I'll show you how that looks. So I have to go to, oh wait, actually I should rename these. So technically this is the axe. Yeah. Let me show you what I'm doing real quick. I don't know what, oh sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Handed icon? I haven't come up with a good name for like what this, no, you're good. I think we might be saying very similar things, so just check this out. If I go and put these guys in 1 and 2, I think that is all I have to do, and then it should work. I might make it a little bit bigger, like that. Hopefully I can make it kind of pop up above it. Okay. So, see how it's got a bit of like a bounce to it now? Because of the animation. That's what I'm going for technically. So, I'm going to make everything look like that, and that'll be like the quote-unquote animation. And then, oh, that works there. So when it's normally just sitting where the axe is, it is slightly above, and then if I click on it, then it goes to my mouse. I like that. Okay, and then if I put this in my menu, I can do that, and then I have to edit something here because it's throwing an error, but okay, cool. I'm super happy with that. Yes, okay, and then this is just because the parent has to be like that. Okay, I'm also going to change the offset thing because I think technically this will always start at 0, 0. And it needs a little bit of an offset hard-coded into it. Otherwise, the next time I go to place the weapon, it'll be at 0, 0 again. And I just like how it looks when it's slightly above, like that. So it's about 3 point something, 3.5. All that I need to do is, so let's go, I don't know, weapon offset, and we just make it so that when it starts, weapon position is where it's right there. And then we'll go weapon position dot y plus equals that amount. Or actually, you know what? Let's make this a vector, and then we just add the vector to it, so that'll work. Yeah, awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, though. Yeah, good seeing you too. Oh, you know what? Easy. I can just add it to that. Okay. So next time I use weapon position, though, we have to make it so it sets it to that, plus the weapon offset. All that I'm doing is just making sure that every time I hard code where this guy is going to show up in the code, I have to just move it up by a certain offset. And then I can just put this in here. So 3.76, and then hopefully that should immediately make it pop up. And it went really far. That's because we've scaled it. Oh, we scaled it by like by 4? So what is that? 3.76 divided by 4.94. Okay, I bet you if we do 0.94, it'll work. Okay, and then technically I want it to start with that off. So I'm gonna do this. Okay, if we've done it correctly. Yes, oh, that's perfect. Awesome, that's so cool. So then we grab it, throw it over here, boom. We have our axe now, and then we can unequip it by doing that, and then it just drops right there. And then we have some issues. Oh, and that's because Keegan's player messes with the, here, I can show you something kind of cool. If I do this, it shows you all of the colliders, and the problem is that this box is what turns on and off the sprite there. But you can see even that like scrap as it was moving, anything else that gets in the way, just it messes it up. So, and that's because the way that Unity's on mouse down or on mouse function, it just, I don't know, it picks a random collider and then it's like, oh, it's not on this, it's on this one. Which is a little weird, but it makes sense. I'll just have to do my own thing though. Okay, so we got this. That's cool. The animation's working. That's all fun. We put it there. I'll have to scale it up when I do that. So here. Yeah, next time I do this. Let me get rid of this. Can I make it? How big can I do this? Like that? Okay, so now let's try this when it's in the HUD. Let's scale up the guy. Oh, also, this isn't working. So when I drop it, it's not using the offset, so we gotta do that real quick. Okay, and so that's because when I do this, hang on, that's why. So we want the position of the actual weapon, which is what the parent transform is doing. It takes the weapon, it places it in front of the player. This is complicated code for that, but it just places it directly in front of the player. And I want that to be a different position from this. Okay, this makes sense now. So I have to make where the icon shows up be equal to then this plus the offset. Okay, makes sense. I don't know if I explained any of that, but I got it. If I know how to program, I promise. Okay, so this should do it. So we grab that, boom, let go, boom, perfect. Yeah, okay, awesome. So if I go over here, drop it, awesome. Okay, so now we have an issue though with where is the collider? Okay, so now the collider shows up there. Does that happen normally when I do that? Okay, because all I have to do is just offset the collider then. Yeah, okay, so the collider shows up above. So the easy fix here, we want it to be where the weapon is, so that, you know, when you see this, you're just like, oh, grab the weapon. Doesn't work. It only does it up here. So I need to offset this to be like there, which seems to be -2. Okay, so we'll do that. -2, and then that works. Yeah, and then I can just bump that up. Okay, cool. So we have the axe working. Let me look at my Trello board just to keep me on track here. Okay, so axe, more or less done. So we need, yes, this is the big thing, is when I open up the menu and I have a weapon equipped, it does not keep the weapon, or keep the menu open. And it wait, is that right? That's like way up there now. Wait a minute. What's going on? Oh no, I think, okay, so because I moved it already, I think it screwed it up. Now, okay, so has to be at 0, 0 for some reason. Okay, so when I do this, and I put it up here, if I, oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Hang on. Here we go. So I've done this. I've grabbed the item. I've put it in my inventory. If I go over this square at all, sometimes it closes the menu. See, it tries to close the menu. I need to figure out how to do that. So there's a couple things. One, I probably shouldn't use on mouse down. And I should use ray casting instead. I just didn't want to because it's like, it's just a little extra code, but it's better technically. So I should do that. And then also the ray casting is really nice because you get to use layers over here. And basically the way that the ray casting works is it only checks items on these layers. So we can add a layer for like weapon pickup. And now if we do code and we use layer 9, it will only check weapon colliders, which means that it will never hit any of these other colliders here. Which there's a lot, so that is pretty helpful. So we'll do that real quick. So instead of doing on mouse and all of this, see this is though now where I need to look up how to do raycasting with Unity, because things are not super obvious. Like programming is not easy. So I constantly have to look up stuff all the time. Okay, so there's raycasting, but then I need to go mouse raycast check Unity. Okay, so I'm just gonna look at this real quick. I've done this before. I kind of forget how to do it. So we go physics raycast. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll be totally honest. This is where like ChatGPT is actually like stupidly helpful. 'Cause it's not good at writing code, but it's good at remembering like really oddly specific stuff that's like not. Okay, so raycast C# Unity script to check for collision with collider on specific layer. Okay. All that we need is, yeah, whatever we're going, plus this is gonna have to be different, but okay, let me copy this. Actually, okay, so we don't want the update function. We just want this. And then we'll put it in here. So this code does all of the equipping logic. So let's go equipping. And then for this one, you know what I'll do? We'll go void mouse checks. And then we'll call this in here so I can just kind of put this all out. Okay, so we have to do a couple things with it. One, we need if mouse enter, and then if we're over the object. And so essentially how this works is we shoot a line, and that's what array is, from a specific point in a direction. And if it collides with something up to a maximum distance, then this returns an object. And it outputs it in this variable called hit. So we don't really need this, but we just need the hit.collider information. Well, actually, we don't even need the collider. I think we can get transform. We can do all sorts of stuff like that. So we just need hit. So point is, we are not necessarily shooting out from the transform position, though. We want to shoot out from the camera position. So let's create a private transform for the camera. And then on the start, we'll go camera equals game object find. Do we do by type? Let me actually see, what do I call the camera here? Because what we need in the 3D space is this camera right here, which for some reason it's showing it as way out here. Oh, not center, we need pivot. There we go. So we need this point, and then it will shoot out in wherever the mouse is. Okay, so that's pretty good. Yeah, that should work, right? There also is a built-in function for okay, let's try this though for now, and it should work. Okay, so we do camera, tag is main camera, so we go game object find object with tag. Oh, actually, I think we do it like this. Camera dot transform. Okay, so we have camera. Camera is not moved. Okay, perfect. So then what we need to do, wait. No, it should be, it is being used by this, right? Let me call it cam to see if that works. Oh, it's never read. Well, that's fine. I'll just use it later. So we need cam dot position, and then what we're shooting out, this is the part that I'm not sure how to do, actually. Ray should be in direction of mouse from camera. There we go. Okay, that's the secret sauce. Okay. It even looks like this one we don't need the position. Okay, that's what I was trying to find. Okay. Let me just make sure all this looks correct. Yeah. and then we grab, okay. This one looks more familiar. I've seen this one before. Okay, yes. So this one, all we have to do, Unity calculates everything for us. Right. Okay, cool. And then we get the max distance and the layer mask. I'll be honest, this one should be like pretty big, because the camera can be kind of a ways off. So, okay, we can get rid of this actually. And then in here, technically, if we're in this block, if this is true, then we are currently over something. We're over, well, yeah, we've hit something. And so technically, this is where, like, I wonder how we should do this code, because I could go, if hit dot transform dot name, like game object dot name, or if we go hit dot transform equals this dot transform, hit, and then we'll do plus this dot name. Okay, and so that way, and see, I'm not sure if I want to do it like this, because I'm probably not going to have multiple objects or multiple weapons on the screen very often. This just runs for every single weapon on screen, so it could be computationally expensive, but I think it might not be an issue. The only other way I could do is maybe I run it in Keegan's code, but I kind of don't want to do that. So let's just try this. So we got to put this on our. Oh, did it not save it? Weird. I totally thought that I did. What did I even call it? Weapons. Weapon pickup. Yeah. Okay. Weapon pickup. And then what we do is in here, oh, why is the menu way down there? Okay. We just only look in the weapon pickup layer, which is like perfect. Yeah, and then we do 50. Okay, let's see if this works real quick. I should just get a bunch of messages that said hit axe. And if I didn't, then I did something wrong. Oh man. Why does this always happen? Unless, oh, maybe, okay, maybe I'm checking the wrong thing here. If hit.transform, maybe I need to go if hit.collider. Transform the game object. Name. Here, actually, let me just print. Let me do a couple things real quick. Let's just do this. And then we're gonna print, we'll do this. Just doing some debugging stuff right now. Yeah. Okay, that's concerning. So it's not picking up on anything. That's very interesting, actually. Okay, so maybe, the only other thing I could think of is maybe we need to add a rigid body to this. Okay. That's throwing some other errors. Here, we have to do this. If... Okay, so it's throwing an error here because if anything stays within a scrap's collider range, it immediately assumes that it can grab a script component called Keegan, and it can't because the axe doesn't have that, so it's throwing an error. Okay, so see, this is why I avoided the raycasting stuff. I forget how to do it. It's something like this though. Okay, so we have ray, camera, screen to point, input mouse. Can I zoom this in? So we basically have everything that we need. Yeah, so we're just doing that. Input mouse position. Yeah, that all should actually work out perfectly. So we have the ray. It's possible that we have to create our raycast. I'm doing some debugging right now. It's the life of coding. Okay, you know what? I think that I have to do this. Potentially. I just have to initialize it first. And then this is where we'll have to like kind of stack our code, where inside of this, oh, wrong one. If we're hovering over it, then we check if mouse down, and I'll just put that in here. If put get that can't talk, input.get button into get mouse button down 0, and then this will do stuff in here. So okay. However, the big issue that we're having right now is it's not really doing any of this stuff. Do I have these in the correct positions? Yeah, max distance. Let's try this first. Let's just see. Yeah, and then it is technically calling this every frame, so it should work. Let me double check it one more time. Yeah, looks fine enough to me. So, coding. Yep, not a huge fan, but it's okay. Oh, also, okay, so sometimes there are just weird issues where, like, I literally have to, like, just restart Unity and it'll work sometimes. Okay, there might be something going on, too, with my collider itself. That could be an issue. So let me, real quick, put it on the default layer. Oh, it still has all the mouse down code attached to it still. That's actually really interesting. Yeah, that's super interesting. That surely can't be messing it up, right? So obviously there's an ignore raycast layer. We can't do that because then nothing works. Okay, interesting. This is so strange. And here, the funny thing is too, would this even work with what I'm trying to do? I think, yes, technically it will. Technically it will. Okay, what am I doing wrong with this? I gotta figure out where I'm going wrong here. Okay, so let's go A. This is the debugging 101. I saw like a meme in like, back when people used to say memes, like 2015 or something, and someone was like, debugging, no, real programmers use print to debug. Okay, so this is working, and we have this, and we got this, and it's doing its thing, and it's physics raycasting and all of that. My physics raycast. Not working. Unity. Okay, it could be. Wait, this is great. This is great. 2D. Okay, how do we do this? How do we do this? How do we do... How... Oh, no. Okay, now I need to go back to ChatGPT. Okay, now 2D. Ah, it's still the same thing. Oh, it does world point. Oh, that's so funny. No, you're good, you're good. No worries. I'm not making a ton of progress here. Okay, that's so interesting. So we have to convert it into a vector position, and then we do world point. Oh, this feels so lame. Is this really all that the code is? This doesn't even seem like it's doing anything. And then what's the vector 2.0 doing in there? Okay, let me real quick. Okay. So raycast. It wants origin. It's raycast. Let's do physics raycast 2D. Gosh, this should not be this difficult. I think this is ridiculous. Really? This is all you have to do? This is obnoxious, in my opinion. Because it's like, it's stupidly simple, but like also it's really complicated. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to grab, same thing, camera to screen to world point. It grabs the mouse position as part of the camera to screen point, so I don't know what this function is doing necessarily, because we already have where the... And if we're in 2D, it's not like we're having to travel through 3D space. So anyway, so we grab that. Oh, that's what it does. It converts the mouse position into a vector 2 world space. So, you know, because... up here, yeah. I know, yeah. This is so funny that like, yeah. Up here, so technically on your screen where my mouse is, this is 0, 0, and then as you increase this way, your X increases and then your Y increases. And so if I want to convert that actually into like game space though, then it takes this and turns like this into 0, 0. This is like 1, 0, and this is 0, 1. So that's what that function's doing. And then this is where it starts. This is the origin. Can I do anything else? Direction, distance. It's got max depth. Filters. Layer mask. That's what we want. Okay. So max depth. We go max depth. What is this? Minimum depth? I don't know. 0. Wait, how does this work? Okay, so we have to do origin. So it's this, right? Is that the origin? Yeah, that should be the origin, right? How come it's not? Wait, hang on. Why is the 0 the second part? Ah, man, this is so crazy. Okay, so we start with this, then we do vector 2.0. And is that like origin and direction? Why? Oh, that's so weird. Wait. Hang on, let me just run this real quick. Yeah, let me just run this real quick. Did I save it? I think what it's doing... Oh, that's so bizarre. Why is that necessary? Okay, that's so weird. Okay, so this is what it is. It is shooting a ray, starting from where my mouse is and going nowhere. So the vector 2.0, it's basically, this is 0. So it starts where your mouse is, and then it goes nowhere. And then it goes, oh, did I hit anything? That's so interesting. Huh. Weird. Okay, so then the only reason I'm doing this, though, the whole reason, because all of this is like, okay, this is really complicated, and we're just trying to do all this stuff. The whole reason was because I wanted to type in this variable here. Where is it? Right here where it's layer mask. I want to be able to, can you even see that on my screen? We'll do this. Okay. It is, oh, there we go. This variable here, I want this to be, that will filter the layer that we're checking. Because right now it's doing everything on default, and we only want to check here. And that's the only reason that we did all of this. Anyway, so that's really funny. So now we can go, and that's not even the right placement for it. So it's this one. Yeah, anyway, so this is crazy. And then what do I do for depth? Oh, float distance. That doesn't really matter. We can just do 1. Max depth, I believe 0, and then like max depth should be good. And then, whoops. This is supposed to be layer mask, and then we go 0, and then we go max depth. Okay, is that right? Is that right? Max depth doesn't exist. Max distance. Okay, is this right? Okay, so we got depth, distance. Here keeps hiding my overload function here. Okay, whatever. Anyway, looks like, yeah, I think we got it. After all of that. Program, they said. Programming's easy. Oh, it's not even working now. It was working before, though. It was working. So we're on the right track. I think my numbers are just off. Distance. What's supposed to go here? Oh, only includes objects with a z coordinate? Less than or equal to this value, and then this one's a z coordinate. That's so interesting. So it's not like the sprite depth. It's actually literally the maximum distance. Okay, so that means I literally want to cast my ray between at the maximum whatever this position is. So let's create an empty real quick. Put it right here at that point, which is technically -10, and then we want to cast all the way probably through a little ways as well. Yeah, so to like, we'll do 1. Okay, so -10 and 1. Where does that go? So technically our minimum is going to be -10, and then we go 1. Is that right? Okay, and then I'm going to put this in here to mess with it, and I'll explain why. Okay, I think we got it. Oh, man. I mean, it's funny learning how to program because someone made that function, you know, in Unity on purpose, and they thought like, oh, this would be super useful. So yeah, like they meant no harm, but also, man, it's super ridiculous. Okay, if I put 0 for this is what I was curious about. Does it still... Oh, it still triggers. Okay, good to know. That's so interesting. So, this is so crazy. So we're technically shooting a ray, starting at the mouse, going nowhere, going no distance, and it still somehow hits things. That's so interesting. Huh. Okay, so now that's working though, which is good. If we're hovering over something, and we don't want just anything. Yes, we don't just want anything technically. We want... I don't even understand. Transform.name. Okay, so we go... Oh, wait, no, sorry. If hit.collider.name is equal to this dot name, and that I think, yeah, that should work. If not, I might have to add a dot transform.name. Yeah, let's do that instead. And actually, I might have to do that as well. This might just grab the script up here and not the actual object. So, okay. So that means the raycast is hitting this particular weapon. So that is, by definition, mouse enter. Okay, so on mouse enter, we're doing this. Otherwise, it is mouse exit, technically, by definition. So we can throw these in here. Technically now, mouse enter and mouse exit only call the first time that you enter or exit, I believe. Whereas these will do it repeatedly, so I need to make sure that this is like, this won't be an issue. Yeah, should be good. I might create a Boolean real quick to just keep track of like entered, so it only does it one time. So basically, if it's right here, and if it is not already entered, it'll do all this code, doing stuff, nice. And then it's gonna set entered to true. So it'll only do this one time. And then on the other side, if entered already, then we'll set entered to false. Okay. Yeah, coding gets really funny because it's like If not entered, then entered is true, but if entered, then entered is false. But then when not entered, then we do this entered, but it's like such spaghetti nonsense. And then I forgot a bracket. Where did I go wrong? Here. Okay. So that should only do it the one time. And then technically, if we're entered and we're hovering over it, and if so I spent, let's see, I literally have programmed, I'm trying to look at the date here. Yeah, probably since like 2011, I think. I was like 11 or 12 at the time. And I got a hold of a program called GameMaker. I got GameMaker 8.1. I might do, like, I might go through some of the old games that I made decades ago. And then I just what we did where I looked up all the a bunch of stuff, I've done that for hours and hours and hours, and so I remember some of it, but some of it I don't, and I still don't. So I've just gotten good at like looking up things, to be honest. Which and then also like I thought maybe ChatGPT would be really helpful. It's honestly not. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. But sometimes it's just like it does not know anything and it's dumb. So it's a little annoying. And then on mouse up, that will trigger if you're hovering over it. Right? Yes. Yes. Okay. And then we do button up. And again, all of this was just so that we could use our special layer mask. And now, I think, if I've done it correctly, we should be able to equip, and then if I hover over it in the menu, it won't close on me. Hypothetically. Hypothetically. So, okay, we got an issue. Null reference. Oh, crap. Okay. I have to do this. I have to go if hit, first off. So if it has not hit anything, then we have to ignore all this code. So. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. Ah, man, no, it's not working. I didn't even do anything. If hit. Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, no. That should be right. Okay, you know what? So I'm running into it. It's probably this code right here. Guarantee. It's just literally this code here. So I gotta figure out what in the world this is even printing out in the first place. This will be a simple fix, I think. We're not lost yet. There's still hope. Okay, so it's calling it handed icon. So that's good. So it is working. So then what is... So, okay, so this is handed icon. I'm a fool. Oh man, look at this. Okay, so we wanted to make sure that the thing that I'm hitting has the same name as this object, right? I said not equals. That's supposed to be equals. Okay, so look at that. Well, the code worked. It just didn't do what I wanted it to. Yeah, okay, so now it's working. Oh, that's so funny. Alright, so I drag... Oh, okay, so the mouse up is sometimes working. Oh, that's actually super interesting. Okay, so, but it's working. It's working. So let's try this out real quick. So we go over here, let go. Boom. Okay, so that's there. This is the big moment. Does it stay open when I hover over it? It does. It totally does. Okay, we've done it. Okay. So that was the whole point. Hang on. Let me do this real quick. Let's get that Trello board checked off. All right, we did it. Woo! That was good. Okay, so we fixed that. We have some other things that we gotta fix now, but that's awesome. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So pretty simple fix, to be honest. Let's see if I can find it real quick. There we go. When mouse up triggers, it has to be all like hovering over the spray, and you see how my mouse is like just right at the top, and so sometimes it does not trigger. It doesn't. Right now I'm trying to let go of my mouse. It's not like both of those aren't true at the same time. It's not hovering over it and I've let go. Sometimes it works like that, but so I just need to make the collider bigger. How do I do that? How would I do that? Also, the sprite. Sprite's not working. Why? Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, perfect. Okay, check this out. Here we go. So I've done a bunch of coding stuff for the lighting system, and anyway, that's what all this is from. The culling mask has to include weapon pickup, because if I don't, then everything on that layer is just invisible. Okay, so cool. I was worried about that. Okay, so we got this. It's working. That's cool. Go over there. Have to let go. That works. It stays open. Oh no, wait a minute. What's happening? No. Hang on. Oh, you know what? And then I know the other issue. We have to do the same thing for this guy. We have to also make this guy work. Okay, so make the collider slightly bigger. So this has to... Let me think real quick. Let me think. I mean, how much bigger does it have to be? Because, or the other thing too is I could move it up and then increase it like that. Okay, so what if I did like negative 1.5 and then I did like 5? Okay. Does that always work? Okay, there's some times where it doesn't. If I'm moving like really fast. Is that an issue? I guess it does it no matter which direction I'm moving, so that's probably impossible to deal with that, so I'll just have to hope people don't move too fast. Okay. And then we do this, we let go. And then it's doing the thing, but I know why. So we're good. We haven't lost yet. And then we can pull it out. Ah, okay, that's so cool. And then, technically... Okay, now it's stuck on. Why is that? Oh, and then that's probably because of my weird entered Boolean spaghetti code error here. Something. Anyway, okay. Okay. Cool. That's some big progress though. That's awesome. Yeah, okay. We like to see that. So I think let's just copy a bunch of this. So big thing, we just have to essentially HUD weapon, HUD menu. Oh, which one's which? Anyway, we just have to replace these with our code. So it's perfect. Yeah, okay, cool. And yeah, this will totally fix everything. Okay, so let's go void mouse, call it mouse checks, okay. We'll do something like this. And then our code's gonna go in here. Okay, then we have to, how do I do a quick fix on this? I do control space. Oh, it's control period. Okay, cool. So I don't have to type it. Oh, but I don't want to do a int. I want to do a layer mask. Ah, whatever, okay. Trying to make everything simple, doesn't work. So on mouse enter, all that we're doing is same thing. If entered, otherwise it is not. So yeah, super simple. We just grab this, open equals true, open equals false, and yeah. Compared to the things that like could go wrong, this is simple. Yeah, I've had nightmare scenarios that have been terrible in comparison. So I mean, I'm thankful for this. Like, this is not as bad as it could be, but it's close. What do I use this script for? What is this script even on? Because I have weapon. What is this? Oh, this is what I'm actually, okay. This is where I put the weapon in the HUD. Okay. So let's do this real quick. Technically, I don't need to create its own function every time, but I just like doing it because it keeps everything simple. Yeah. Create a function. There we go. Okay. I already copied the whole function. Okay, whatever. Like this? Okay, perfect. And then we want to go replace this here and this here. And actually, we don't even need to do this probably. Here, I am going to comment this out. Because this was like a fix for the other issue that I had, because technically this collider sits on top of the menu. And I was like, well, maybe I can make this collider also open the menu, and it kind of fixed the issue. But if I don't have to do that, then this is perfect. And now what I have to do is I have to create like 3 different layers for each of these things. That's nuts. Okay, so the HUD gets its own layer. So do I want to put it in UI? Nah, that's gonna make more issues. So we're gonna go HUD. Yeah, HUD open. And then we're gonna make another one, which is for not weapon pickup, but for weapon menu? Weapon menu? We can use that for like the upgrade menu on the effigy as well. Okay, so HUD, we'll put that into HUD open. No, don't change the children, we just want to change that. And then it is this object here has its own collider, because these overlap. And we only want this one then to be on HUD or weapon menu. And oh, I have to create the layer mask. Yep, that was the problem. Okay, okay, okay. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Epic. Yeah, this is awesome. And then what's really cool about this too is it just adds your weapon into here. And then I created my own weapon class. So it stores all the variables and stuff. Okay. So we change this to weapon menu. No, not both, just one. And then we change this one to HUD open. I think that's it. I think that's it. Should be it. Okay. Oh, and then we have to do the thing. We have to do the thing. Or I have to make the camera pick up these guys as well. So I have to do all three. Okay, and then right off the bat, I can see an issue where okay, so if we're not colliding on anything, we also want to set open to false. Okay, so technically that's kind of weird. So if we've hit something but it's not the object, that's false, but then if we're not hitting anything, then that's also false. Okay, so does that apply here? Yes, that also applies here. So if we're not hitting anything, then we also should we're not hovering over this object. Yeah, so that works. Do I have to do that here too? Oh, maybe that's why I'm having an issue on this one is if I, yes, so technically on the weapon menu, what this is saying is that if I'm hitting a weapon but it's not this weapon, then I turn everything off, but we also want it to be if I'm not hitting any weapon at all, then we run the same code. Okay, that's why it wasn't working. Cool. Okay. We're solid now. I think we have everything. Maybe. All right. I think after this, I'm probably gonna wrap up the stream. This feels pretty successful, so this is good. Happy about how all of this is turning out so far. Oh no! Wait. No, I forgot to change the collider. I have to change that back. So I did -1.5 and then 5. Okay. Yeah. We should be totally golden with this. This is the last time that I have to play test, right? So let's turn off all my gizmos. Let's just check it out. So boom, pick it up. Also, what's really cool is when you pick up a weapon, it automatically opens up the menu for you. Anyway, it's fun. Nice little polish there. Okay, so this, boom. If I let go over here, nothing happens. You know, do all this stuff. Awesome. And then if we do this, boom, we have now picked up the weapon. We can walk around. If I look at the, don't worry, that's not a bug. That's just because my mouse is like over in this, well, technically it's colliding with it, so. Okay, so I need to do that still at some point. On this side, I need to set so your axe goes into here. But then if I grab it, so I can do this, I'll scale this up at some point so it matches all of this. And then if we put it here, we should see the axe spit out right. Trying to make him like walk. There we go. Right in front of him. Boom. Yo. Oh, that's so awesome. That's so cool. Wow. Yeah, I love that. Okay. Heck yeah. Oh, that's so awesome. All right, cool. Yeah, we got it. We did it. Huge thing today. That's so cool. So I guess if we hop over to the Trello board, I can kind of keep track of all that we've done. So technically, I need to make it so we do, okay, so add weapon, or add equipped weapon to HUD weapons script, or yeah, variable. And I think that was the big thing that I saw there. And then pretty much everything else works, right? Because that's, oh, and then we want to scale up this. Okay. So then we have to scale up handed icon when in menu, and then we'll change HUD menu handed icons to be empty by default. Yeah. We could work on that tomorrow. We could do finalize the HUD pictures and stuff. This is a huge one that I need to work on at some point. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then we'll also go animate axe spread. Yeah. Add a handed boolean variable to weapons class. Okay. Awesome. All right, sweet. So we got all the main stuff figured out, and yeah, I'm super happy with how it feels, how it plays, and it. Where did my axe go? Oh, I'm holding it. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Let me hop into combat mode, just because it's kind of fun to walk around and stuff. Yeah. At some point, too, I want to make the dash animation. I want it to have an animation. But yeah, you'll be able to pick up weapons, do stuff like that, and then you'll have attacks and whatnot, which is going to be cool. It will change all of your animations when you're running, so I have to do that at some point, but for now, this is so cool. This is so cool. It feels really nice. Like, yeah, this is cool. Yeah, everything. Ah, awesome. I'm so happy with it. And then we could work on this too. So then when you click on the effigy, you'll be able to upgrade all your weapons. So, awesome. Okay, well, that is pretty much all I got for right now. So thanks so much for hanging out. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, also I have a Discord. So if you go to the description, there should be a link there. Yeah, but I'm gonna post a lot more about the game and lore and story, and I'm just gonna keep working on it. So anyway, yeah, in the meantime, you can check out the other stuff that I have, but thanks so much for hanging out, and I will see you next time.